just hit the refresh button, or you can hit. Is it on now? It should be on, right?
Should I click the video?
Scroll, see if it's on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There we, was that
There
on?
it is.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Man, a mouthful of apple already. What we got? What is that? And a bill from the oil company. We don't need to have that. Okay.
See how they pop up?
Hutchinson, Minnesota.
On the bottom. Sometimes things on the bottom of that. See where the things. Sometimes they come there, and sometimes I can see them.
Here we have Minnesota. We need to get a map of the United States so we can mark it off.
This is when people are signing in.
Yeah, it does tell you that. Yeah, and that's sort of where sometimes the comments pop up. You can sort
There
of
we
see.
go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your Great Danes are the best. We also enjoy the show and have fun when we would like to be on our program schedule. Wasn't that very nice? Thank you very much. Okay. And that's another one.
Hi, Carla.
And this one's from, I don't know who. I don't know. Dear Carlene and Judy, you added a new dimension to Council on Aging. Stop by anytime. Isn't that nice? Thank you very much. It's nice when we can just drop by. Because if we schedule something, that breaks up the rest of our day. Stops us from wandering around getting chores done. But if we can just stop in when we're in the area, that works out better. And there are a couple places like that. Hi, Pasta.
Pasta.
Nice a doggy. Isn't that a pretty card?
That's a nice card.
I go like this, and I go like that, and then you hold still. If I go like this, then they see the whole thing, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Nice a doggy. Okay. This isn't from anybody. Okay. Some people find fault like there's a reward for it. That's a good card, too. You see that one?
Yeah, that's cute.
It's funny.
Huh. They didn't sign it. I'll go put that in the drawer. And here we have Jan Gerhold.
Marky.
Okay.
There.
And that goes in here. The dollars in here get put in, but we gotta mark it separate for fun.
Okay.
What are you doing? Well, wait a minute. No, I don't think you're going to do all this. You never know what's under a rock until you pick it up. Enjoy the small things in life. Make time for yourself. Isn't that lovely?
I'll
Hi
turn.
guys.
Put that one over there. Thanking you. You know what I think this is? I think this is the kids that we told them all to write us a thank you.
Yeah.
That's Janine. That's probably pretty critical.
I'll
That's
put it in the critical pile.
pretty critical, right? Well, that's from Holland, New Holland
Is that
Sale.
pretty larky?
Pasta.
Did I spill
My
something?
pasta. Are you a good boy? Are you being a good boy? Thank you for bringing smiles to the residents. Wasn't that lovely? Okay,
They do,
we
they
like
love
that.
I don't think they love
We
that.
like that.
Huh. Pasta, did you write that one?
What happened?
I said, did
Do you have
Pasta
any
write
boxes?
that?
No boxes?
No.
No boxes.
I asked if Pasta wrote that one.
Okay, what do we got?
We've got some wonderful messages here.
Oh, this is Judy, by the way. People want to
Hi,
meet
everybody.
Judy.
This angle we can really appreciate how. At this angle, we can really appreciate how large
Larky.
Larky is. Mrs. Judy is in. Yeah, you know, Carlene and I have a great time going out to the residents. Somebody was thanking us for doing
Yeah,
that.
they said.
And we really enjoy it. They enjoy it. And I
Sometimes we get coffee.
absolutely. And everybody is saying hello to Carlene, and Judy. Love the close-ups. You're doing a great job. You.
They're saying
let's see.
thanks for doing a good job taking Carlene out to all the places.
How,
Going out with Carlene to the nursing homes.
how do I scroll?
You can maybe refresh. Is there? Maybe hit refresh.
It says there's- oh, yeah?
33.
Try to refresh it maybe. That might give you more.
Okay.
See, I'm not sure.
No.
No? Is there more? Is there a little button that says
List view. I'm
um,
so sorry, folks. I just knew.
is it if you go down to the below the videos is it anywhere say more comments?
There we go.
Carlene, are you excited about your trip?
I am excited about my trip.
It's going to be awesome.
It is.
It's wonderful.
It is. It's going to be different.
It'll be an early start tomorrow.
And I'll tell you another thing. Sandy is worried about us getting arrested.
Ah!
I don't know.
No.
If it hasn't happened yet.
Well, she said something about bringing bail money.
Ah.
Oh,
I've been in jail before, you know, when I didn't have
Yes.
any bail.
that you have.
So if we get a phone call from the jail,
Yeah.
we have to mail pay over the phone.
Do you know
Yeah.
my jail story?
No.
It was to cut it short, it was a leash law violation, and I hadn't gone to court with it, and so I was in contempt of court. So they picked me up and took me down and put me in jail. And I said, don't I get a phone call? And so they said yes, and they let me call my friend, because I needed bail money. Bail was $20, and I had $14. And so I went to Ann Getchell
Ah.
for $6 to get the rest of the bail money to get me out of jail.
There you go. See? Sometimes you just gotta
No,
call.
man.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes you just gotta call
It
someone.
was 11 o'clock at night.
Ah.
What the hell?
Are you going to try to see Megan while you're down there?
Probably, I don't know. I
Okay.
think so.
And when are you leaving?
Tomorrow morning, very early.
Very early. We'll leave about 4:15.
Are we gonna have an alarm?
Yeah, I have an alarm. Is Sandy the one who was partnered with Lady Ripple?
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. Diana, don't know how she can miss her since Megan is on Sandy's property.
That's true.
And you'll probably bump into her.
Well, yeah.
You never know.
I will give a full report when I get back. I also took a whole bunch of rope with me. I sent it down to the box with my clothing to make some leashes.
Let's see.
I have a feeling Sandy has a lot more energy than I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm really a little worried about this.
Just nap in between. I have lost the comments here.
Oh no.
I mean, I just won't hear from the 2 comments.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Carlene, what time are you leaving?
Very early in the morning.
Pasta.
My apologies if I'm missing any questions because I don't know how to scroll down. Those 2 dogs are best friends. They're very good friends. Larky tolerates a lot from him. A short version.
Oh, it said, Judy, how long have you been with Carlene?
Well, I've been here about little over 7 years, and Carlene and I started going to the residents, the daycare centers and nursing homes about 2.5 years ago. We had stopped during COVID, and now we're going up full force again. And I think we were truly missed because it really adds a lot to their day. Carlene's got a million stories, and they're all just laughing and asking her questions. They really enjoy it. It brightens their day up.
Relatively painless for me to do. And we try and see 100 people a week, and we usually do. So it's pretty close.
Thanks,
I think
Larky.
we were 97 this last week, were we?
Yes.
Thank you. Wow.
That's a lot of people.
Robin, thank you for your mentioning with the comments.
Hey, don't do that.
There.
Don't do that. That's a messy. Especially since you just had a drink of water. Go away. You go lie down.
What did you guys do today? Anything? Go visit any nursing home?
No, I was actually just getting the house ready for this weekend.
I went down to Ira Toyota. Trying to get this dog now weighs so much that I can't shut off when he's on the passenger seat, the buzzer.
Oh,
So I had him working on that lab down there.
let's see.
Besides, those 2 guys are pretty funny.
Get down at the.
One's the service manager, and the other, I think, is the assistant manager. So when I pull in, they both come out, and we stand there and chat for a long time, have a lot of laughs, etc.
Carlene, would you say that Larky is bigger now than what Bentley was?
Yeah.
Yes. Susie asked something. Yes, she and her husband. I'm not sure what the question was.
What are you having for dinner tonight?
Who?
What are you having for dinner tonight?
I'm having the other half of marsala and something or other. It really is pretty good. It was I already had it for lunch. I got it out of the Indian thing up at
Place.
the Shaw's.
Oh,
Market.
nice.
Just made a comment that Bentley was the best. Yes,
Bentley was a good boy.
he was.
He was a perfectly trained dog.
And he knew it.
Tell him to go with somebody, he'd go, and he'd pay attention to them and behave as he's supposed to, He was a good boy. How many, he had a lot of children, didn't he? Yeah.
Yes. Never saw any Great Dane on a dog show that ever resembled the statue of Bentley. He was beautiful.
Really?
Just the way he walked.
He had a way of carrying himself.
It says he was a joy to watch. Definitely. Is Sandy in or near Nashville or Memphis?
I believe Nashville.
Hopefully that's where we're sending you.
I know, right?
And I'm going first class. I can't get over this.
That's exciting.
You deserve it. When was the last time we were on the airplane?
Last time was to come back from the Mayo Clinic. Where is that, Minnesota?
Minnesota.
I was out in Mississippi trying to buy a stud dog, and I ended up buying Mary.
Oh,
And I was still looking for a dog, and there was a dog show up in wherever.
Rochester.
So I ended up in a hotel attached to the Mayo Clinic, which is where I decided to order. It was raining out, etc. So I thought, well, I'll just order room service, right?
Yes.
So I ordered room service, and I ordered a Southern Comfort Manhattan. And I had not had anything to drink probably in 4 or 5 years before that. I started drinking that Southern Comfort, which I love dearly, and I got so polluted that I couldn't eat my dinner. I was miserable. I got so drunk so quick. Terrible. So if you haven't had anything to drink for quite a while, you don't just grab one and drink it, which is what I'm going to be into because Sandy drinks, I think. And I just,
Little.
yeah, well, yeah, I'll drive. I just can't cope with it.
Yes, I have a dog. I have Wilbur, and he is going to be 8 in September. And the dogs are going to miss Carlene desperately, but we've got a lot of people here that love being with them, so they'll be
And there
just
are
fine.
people that they like.
Yeah, exactly.
I took Lilo to Courtney. Yes. That was before we had cameras, that was when we first started with Explore. Charlie invited us to come out there to meet with him, and I took a dog out with us, supposedly to give to him, but my dogs sometimes don't like men and didn't like him. So we were about to get back in a car to go to the airport to come home again with the dog, and Courtney came running into the hotel and said, "Can I have her?" So I said, "Here, take her quick," and I got in the taxi and took off.
Really?
That's exactly how that happened. Yep.
That's funny.
What airline? Delta.
Delta.
Both ways. Yeah, took Lilo to Courtney. No, I'm not going. I'd love to go. Nashville's fun. I'm gonna stay home. Hold down the fort. When are the house cameras being installed?
Lord knows.
When Nick gets it done.
We're not on any special schedule here at all.
Yeah, whenever it gets done, when Nick gets it.
Last I knew, we're working two trailers here. Did we get the other trailer empty?
Oh, yeah, the hay one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's empty.
Good, because the
For
other
Kate.
trailer is over at,
Nick's?
Elizabeth's.
And Elizabeth? Okay.
and they're using that to go to the dump.
Oh, okay.
So when I go to pick that one up, I'm going to drop
Bring
the
that
other
one off, yeah.
So,
It says, enjoy first class. You'll be treated like a queen. Always some fun food and drinks. Safe travels, and say hello to Sandy and Lady Ripple from us.
feel good.
And
There
they're
you go.
enjoying the new camera in the
And
bar.
yeah,
Yeah, it looks great.
That
Yeah.
is. I'm not convinced it's not just a clean lens. You know, the other one could have had very dirty lens.
yeah, I know. A lot of people said it's a lot better. Well, it's also newer, right? It's a newer
Oh, yeah.
camera, so it makes a difference.
Fernanda is wishing you a fantastic trip and can't wait to hear all the stories. Oh, I'm sure she'll have stories.
Yeah.
So I can tell when somebody probably will.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
I know it's funny when you go places. What was it? I went somewhere in Pennsylvania to look at horses, and I went down to a hotel and I ordered like a half a chicken, like you normally order here,
Yeah.
and they gave me a whole platter. It would have gone for like 2 days,
Oh,
or 3 or 4 days. It was a whole platter I ordered. It took a half an hour to make.
oh my
I couldn't
gosh.
believe it. I've never seen anything like it. So you have to be careful when you go places to order stuff because the food's so different than here. I've never seen anything like it.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hi, Fugan.
How we doing?
Good. Becky Megan was the head trainer for Service Dog. Started there 17 years old, trained by Carlene, and became the best trainer. 2 years ago, she established her own Service Dog facility, Northeast Canine. She is now in Tennessee at a satellite facility. Oh, somebody's wishing you out.
17 years ago?
She was 17 years old.
Oh, 17 years old.
Had a wonderful, safe, relaxing trip. And so many people are viewing Mail Call. Awesome. Will the chicks move to their permanent coop?
When?
When? And
Sorry.
where will it be?
What will it be?
The chicks.
It's not gonna be for a while. They can stay.
They're too little.
Yeah, they're pretty tiny.
They're pretty little.
It's gotta be when it gets warm.
Yeah, so it'll be a while.
And where will it be?
Undecided.
Undecided.
Undecided. We still are having some difficulties finding what we can and cannot use on the property. So,
Huh?
what we can, well, it's probably the service dog project stuff. Like it's,
Oh, where can we not do?
yeah, I'm not sure whether we're going to be allowed to use the coop down there that we had decided to use.
The coop.
The chicken coop. I don't know if they're going to let us use it.
Oh.
So I was thinking, is it helpful? I can whisper to you.
Not on camera.
Okay,
Go hard.
go out of the kitchen, Larry. What about that? Who got that type of? I'm not moved by me.
Oh, I biz, I get, I go, I beg, I go, I go, I bow, I bow, I bow, I bow.
Is this a little pig lamb here?
Yeah, I think so.
D, B, P, baby, my boss, I do.
Boy, I didn't get the last couple words. Try that one. I don't want to ask why not.
My boss, I do. Shabbat. Conversation.
Oh, really? Is there? I didn't say anything about it.
Okay.
Janine, thanks for the donkey cam.
We're talking in coffee, the coffee language. I'm really bad at it. I used to be good at it.
We need to keep that practice up.
Oh, the
Yeah.
good old days.
Yes, but I wanted to run down with, a lot of people are asking me why we can't do this and why we can't do that and why you can't move down there. And I just wanted to, I realized today after talking to our lawyer that, that I can't, like you can't talk about anything because you'll get sued. And they can't sue me because I have nothing to do with anything. It's only, from what he explained, it's only defamation of character if I don't say, if I'm not telling the truth. If I make up lies, then they can sue me. If I'm just telling the truth of what's happening, then I personally can't get sued. So the issue here is that in the back, you know, it goes way back. My mother's, as you know, started the Service Dog Project 20 years, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Never took a salary, never made any money from the Service Dog Project. Instead, in order to launch the Service Dog Project and to sustain it, it took an incredible amount of money out of her personal wealth. And then on top of it, if anyone's the chicken bricks, when you receive that $500 check, because of the state of Massachusetts, if Service Dog Project wrote you the check for $500, it was considered gambling. But if my mother gave you $500, it was not. So what the agreement was, when we started the chicken bricks, and I was involved in that. I met with Matt, did the design of how to revise them.
At the Attorney General's office.
Yes, to figure out how we could do this legally. So we did a workaround so that we could do the online gambling platform of chicken bricks, but there was no prize. Service Dog Project had no prize, but Carlene would gift $500, and that worked for years. We made jokes, and because my dad at the time, who was alive, was very angry about the amount of money that my mother has put into the Service Dog Project, because we're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars. We all joked about how if she said, if we ever raised more than $1 million,
That's right.
then it would be a loan that Service Dog Project would return as a $500, and she would keep track of it. So that's how we left it. We've raised it, I've had nothing to do with it, other than helping decide at the beginning. Chicken Bricks has raised $1.8 million.
Yeah.
So those are some of the numbers that we're talking about. And then, so there was a lot of conflict with the new management and Carlene. They moved out of their offices out of this house. They were using 100% of the property for 20 years. They moved out of this house. They moved all of the operations out of the house. The basement is still full of their stuff. And there's no more people that come into the house to help with the house dogs, to help anything. And that's fine. But it's been a little bit of a scramble because we relied, my mother being 86, we relied on them to help with the dogs. And and the cameras, we are now working with the new donkey camera. And Judy and Carly, Elizabeth, myself help with the dogs. We're fine. Service Dog Project, because there was such integration, they paid the taxes on this property. And that's because they used the whole property for 20 years. That was the arrangement. My mother decided if you're going to be here and you're going to use every single inch. The only piece of the property they did not use for 20 years is my mother's bedroom. The rest of the property is wide open for service dog. But when the new management pulled out of the house and started going on this path of kind of canceling Carlene out, I sent them a letter in January saying, we'd like to ask that we move my mother out of the house. You guys aren't using the house anymore. Move her into the, the arrangement has always been, we've had 40 dogs on the property. They only have 15, they have less than 15 now. So why don't we say, you guys use these areas, there's plenty of space, plenty of turnout space for the dogs. You guys can use the left side of the barn, the ice house, this, Martin, the Deagle house, the whatever house, and then we can move my mother into the
and pay less money.
and pay less money.
Yeah.
Yes, and
It
pay
would
less
save Service Dog Project a
It would-
lot of money.
Yeah, it would save them. They would also only pay for the areas, the electric of the areas, because they're not using the house, and so they would only pay for what they were using, and it would save them a lot of money. They rejected my idea, and they've lawyered up, and we've lawyered up. It's cost us $6,000 so far in legal fees. And there's been no response at all, other than that they've rejected everything that we've wanted, including my mother moving down to the house. And they've hired a CPA, a forensic CPA, to go through and try to find ways to get my mother on tax evasion, because she didn't pay the taxes. The service dog didn't pay the taxes. And the good news is, we've had to defend that. We've pulled up her tax, but taxes are not something you can't get caught in tax evasion, because taxes are deductible. So that's not even a strategy that's going to work. But anyway, so we're now. But the good news is, if they had a tax accountant go after you, and that's all they found, then we're probably in good shape. But they still have not responded to the whether we can move my mother's out of this house. And the issue is that there's no one in this house. Where's your life alert thing, Mom? Yeah, so if my mother falls down, or this little thing, if she falls down, she's 87 years, 86, 85, I don't know what you are, she's old, and she presses that button, then the firemen come to the door, because she's pressed the button. They're going to be greeted now with
It's a problem.
3 Great Danes and a puppy.
Or Pasta hit it once.
And Pasta hit it once. And if she's down here and down on the ground, they're never going to let anyone in the door. And so that's really the ticking time bomb, is to get my mother.
Well, it's also going to be winter, and I
In
can't
the
walk
winter,
up that damn hill.
Yeah,
if
that's
you
too
look
much.
out, there's a little golf cart trail that goes around here that she drives her truck up. Several times last winter, she got stuck up here alone. Because her truck can't make it up this little tiny golf cart thing. There's 12 steps out down to the basement or off the front to get down to a car. So we have to solve that by winter. But I'm more worried about if something were to happen. I am half an hour away, or I'm in South Carolina, and there's no one. Carly's here, but she doesn't always get the message late at night, and it's a risk. But if we could get you down into the laundry building, which we call a laundry building. There's an apartment upstairs where Carly and Mike live. If anything were to happen and fire trucks pulled up outside of or the ambulance pulled up outside, Carly would wake up and run downstairs and get the dogs
out of the way.
Like, the solution that has been thrown out there to send my mother to a nursing home is never going to work, because no nursing home in this country is going to take my mother and the 4
dogs.
And there's no chance that we're ever going to separate her from the 4 dogs. So that's what this whole thing is about. And I am not going to stop trying. I don't know how much more expensive it's going to get, but we've got to get my mother out of this house. It's not going to get,
I'm just getting beat up.
Well, if they're the people, when you go down to the other half, I can't really go down there without getting. They're very angry with me, but that's what I'm trying to do. So it's all out on the table. There's no more mysteries. There's nothing they've rejected every negotiation where we're trying to get
They were supposed to give us an answer this week.
It's been 6 weeks, and
It's
there's
been-
no answer
It's
this
been
week.
6 months.
Well,
I'm working on
yeah,
it.
there's been no answer other than we have to get more documentation to support. We have to come up with all the, my mother's taxes to prove.
I'm happy to do that. Good
Yeah,
luck,
to
Charlie.
prove that my mother didn't deduct the taxes in her tax return, so therefore she did not do any tax evasion. But what does that have to do with her moving into the laundry room? I don't know. But
I mean, it's ridiculous, the stuff
that's what
happening.
So we can't use the arena. We are still just, it's
It's a
uncomfortable
mess.
down there.
It's a mess.
Yeah. But we have, hopefully it will become
I don't know.
resolved in the next couple weeks.
I don't know.
Yeah. So it's
I don't know, but you know,
They're thanking you for the explanation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We and also my lawyer has, or our lawyer, the family lawyer, has said to them, we welcome the Service Dog Project to stay under, if we could stay in, and we could use that, but also we would prefer it to be under new management. So,
well, yeah, you
Because
want
the
to get to the
conflict has
board
been-
deal? I
Yeah,
mean,
the con-
there's supposed to be a board of directors here,
there's,
and the board, 3 out of the 5 have quit
I know.
yeah.
for various reasons. They're not very attractive.
I know.
So that's what the whole
So
thing.
there's only 2 left.
And people have keep asking me, we still own the property.
Oh, yeah.
They have no claim to anything on the property.
And they keep threatening me with stuff. They threatened to sue me because I inadvertently opened an envelope that had service dog on it.
Yeah. So
I mean, give me a break. I opened them for 20 years. I made a mistake,
Yeah.
And they're going to sue me.
Yeah. So that's it.
What the hell?
So if you guys have any questions, let's ask them now, and then we'll not talk about this anymore. Because I keep getting questions from people like, why can't you do this? Why can't your mother move? And at my inbox, and that is always full with people the same
They
questions.
keep saying I'm belittling them, I'm yelling her, I'm belittling them, whatever. And I haven't even started yet.
Yeah, she's been good, but
I have been very good.
Mouthy on occasion.
I'm
I
very mad.
with their lawyer a little bit.
This is so stupid.
The comments are rolling in, but I don't know how to look below. I mean, they're.
Okay, so I don't even. Okay, so let's see. Let's go up to.
Professional work here.
Here we go.
Yeah, there have been
What are yours saying on your thing? 'Cause I can't. There we go. Let me help.
Yeah.
We have talked to them about, there's a long story, but during ADI, that's the American Disability International,
Whatever.
I don't know. When we were in order to apply for ADI and several grants, they required that the Service Dog Project have a contract with the landowner. So my mother whipped together a contract that she signed as the president of the Service Dog Project and also the president of the landowner, which seemed to satisfy the grants that that we were able to get because of it, and also ADI. But it's not really.
not tremendously
It's
legal.
It's not tremendously legal, and it has all these gaping holes in it because it was written.
Because I signed up here and I signed down here because that's what I was.
You were the Service Dog Project and the landowner. So, I mean, that's what happens when you start a nonprofit, and
You do it as cheaply as you can.
Everything is, yes, exactly. Like, I look at some of the stuff I do with the, like, for example, I own the truck that we use for Equine Rescue Network. But the trailer was, one of the trailers was donated, but in order to get the trailer, and I own this truck that's it's a big, huge F-350 that's expensive.
Yes.
In order to get the trailer registered, it has to be attached to the truck that pulls it. Has to be registered. So I sold the trailer to myself for $1 so I could register it so I could get it.
Yeah.
So I have made note with my board that the trailer is now being assigned to me for $1. If I die, you guys get that trailer back.
Don't sell it back.
Yeah. So, but things get very clouded because you're trying to cut corners all the time because of money.
They have a question here. If Carlene doesn't use the house, would she have to still pay taxes on the house?
No.
If you don't,
No. If
if they don't use it, we're saying you don't have. I've already told them you don't have to. if they don't use the house, we've already said to them, you don't have to pay the taxes. We've actually said, this arrangement of paying the taxes is probably not the best. Why don't you just pay us a rent amount?
Pay us rent,
Something
and
for rent.
more.
We'll pay, because it's a check thing. So why don't you just pay the check, pay a rent, you declare a 1099, and then you pay the taxes. And that would, and then, you know, yeah, so. But all these ideas have all been rejected.
It's so foolish.
It is really foolish.
So foolish.
So it's, yeah, so that's what's on.
And it's so toxic.
toxic.
I can't go down there and
know.
go to these buildings. I haven't seen the puppies.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
Oh.
so hopefully we'll get it resolved. Hopefully we'll get a new camera up here. And we're just gonna keep moving on. We have a plan for the property in the event that they do leave.
Yeah.
And we're going with the veterans and the sanctuary.
Yeah, even if they leave and leave all the dogs behind, we can handle it.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, they're all paid employees. If they all quit as landowners, I mean, we'll make the Channel 4 news if we don't take care of animals that exist on our property. So at the end of the day, unfortunately, we still have animals to take care of.
I mean,
Dogs.
we take care of the animal, that's not a problem. It's the people, just.
Yeah. So that's where we're at. Any other questions? Do you have any questions?
They said who owns the dogs?
The service
Who
dog
owns the
project owns all the dogs down there. These dogs belong to my mother.
Theoretically, I am supposed to get a female puppy out of that litter. And the mother, the one who owns the mother, Cece's owner, is supposed to get a puppy out of that litter too.
Yeah. Well, I think we have enough dogs up here.
Never mind.
I think we do have enough dogs.
Cool. Everybody said I couldn't possibly handle another dog.
I know. Well,
You got to admit,
I got to a puppy.
you got me a puppy, and that's a very well-behaved
It's
puppy.
a good puppy.
Who will pay for the salaries when the funds are gone? And then somebody
There
else.
will be nobody to pay the
Yeah.
salary.
They have. Unfortunately, when Lynn came on board, there was a lot of money that my mother raised through grants and
Yeah, I turned over, I think, $300,000.
Yeah, there's a lot of money in that account, and the chicken bricks are their biggest
It was their
fundraiser.
biggest fundraiser.
Yeah,
And
so
they shut it down. I did not shut down Chicken Bricks.
Oh right, no, they did not. Yeah,
That hay bale thing has nothing to do
yeah,
with
we
Chicken Bricks.
started doing the hay bale thing.
The hay bale thing
in
started
January.
in March, and they were already way off on their
Yeah,
Chicken Bricks.
yeah.
It was just falling apart.
Yeah.
So I started it up. Whoopee.
Well, my mother also needs something to do.
That is
So,
true.
She
That's
has
why the puppy was. I really needed the puppy.
I know. That's why.
And he's getting very well
Because if he
behaved now.
doesn't do anything.
So now I really need another puppy.
No, you don't. But if she doesn't do anything with the as they kicked my mother out of the service dog project, she started becoming more and more involved in ERN, and then she was driving me crazy. So when she was like, "I'm going to do the fundraiser for the hay," I'm like, ugh. And then she's over at Meredith helping me feed every morning, and yeah. So the service dog project again. We've really tried. I feel like we've given it a good shot trying to work with them. We hope that they can straighten out and stay because it's been your life's work.
Yeah.
And it's, service
I'm
dogs
not pleased with the dogs that are
Well, yeah.
with the adult dogs. How they can spend so much money and end up with 1 and 2 year old dogs that really are virtually not trained, and they still have a bunch down
I
there.
try to. That's the part where we can get in trouble if we talk about stuff like that. So let's come on, facts. Those are opinions. We can't.
That's my opinion.
Yeah. Okay.
I got a big opinion though.
I know, but we can only talk about facts.
What about that new pony? When is she expecting?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's no change underneath her.
no change.
Every time
There you go.
I'm going to switch over the 2 big horses with Bixby and Charlie, the donkey, because the big horses look bored. I sit there now that I'm a camera operator, because I can't figure out how to pass that responsibility on to anybody else. I sit there as I'm working, and I've got my work screen.
I know they do.
And then the camera. So all day long, I'm like, I was watching today how it really is true. The grass is greener. Like the horses are on this side, they've got a mountain of hay on this side.
I know, they're
The
looking.
pony's got a little pile, and the horse is going through the fence, trying to do it. And then I catch the pony. You guys all probably saw this too. 20 minutes later, the pony's trying to steal the hay from the other paddock. I'm like, you guys all have hay on your own side.
Oh, the camera was on outside last night, and there was a fox or something.
Oh, yeah, the camera has. I'm surprised. That camera is awesome.
It is.
A little
It's
fox.
really clear.
Yeah.
Huh, I wonder if that was the other night why
They say
the...
there's a whole nest of foxes out in Tanner Barn.
Yeah, I wonder if that's why the dogs were barking the other night at like 12:30. I wonder if that's why one of the dogs was yapping at like 12:30 in the
No,
morning.
that could be.
Yeah.
What other damage can we do?
That's it.
That's it.
That's all. I just wanted to like get that out. So, yeah.
I appreciate all your kind comments. I know that they were going by and I wasn't reading them, but they're very kind and we're going to do our best here.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, not how we plan to have this, yeah, so, not how we plan to have the Service Star project behave, but it's fine. Yeah, my goal is to, just try to get this into.
It makes my life an awful lot easier if I don't have to buy the hay. I was buying hay for a long time.
Right, and you get the hate.
When I gave up supporting Service Dog Project, I started buying her hay.
Yeah,
I'm a lot wealthier this month than I was 3 months ago
yeah,
because all these nice people are helping me buy hay.
yeah, and the hay is the most
It is.
expensive.
It's
I know.
It is mammoth.
And now I'm like, when I'm out feeding, normally I'm like really stingy with hay. I'm like, cut the grain, we could give more hay. So yeah, good. That's great.
Just a thought, SDP supporters may sue for slander, etc., and use these mail calls as evidence.
But I know that they're going to do that. That's why we've never said anything. But it's not slander if it's the truth.
Yeah.
That's what my lawyer has said, and
So,
I didn't say anything that was
yeah.
not truthful. And that's why we're trying to keep our opinions out of it. And I'm sure they're going to use this against me. But me, I don't have anything to do with the Service Dog Project.
So,
Right.
I have nothing to do with it. So Carlene shouldn't be saying anything because they're already after her. So
If I ever, the thing is, I'm already accused of slandering everybody, and I haven't even started.
I know you've been good. I've
been
seen
very
you
good.
slander. I've seen you get mad because I'm a little bit mouthy.
I mean, Courtney.
Well, it's hard,
Don't
'cause
say anything. Don't.
For
Okay.
those of us who have been dealing with the Service Dog Project for 20 years, I think of how many times how many hours and hours and hours I've, helped you with this and helped you with that, and and just that
To
was,
have people just run it down. It's that if you can keep your head when all about you are losing
Yeah.
it, it's the if
yeah.
by Rudyard Kipling. He knew what he was doing then.
Yeah, I got a little mouthy with their lawyer when we were talking because they just don't understand. Like, they came along at the finish line. Like, when the Service Dog Project had plenty of money, everything was running
It had such a good reputation.
and then they're being very critical of. It was a lot of work to get us this way, and it's not just. There's been so many people that have reached out to me. And so many people that have worked really hard, like Megan worked really hard, and we've had rough years, and it's a nonprofit is the tough way to go because at the when you're the leader of the pack like you are and me for ERN, we don't make any money. We just do it because of the kindness of our hearts, and you feel like you're doing the right thing.
You get interested in what's
And
happening.
then people come along and they just criticize you, and everything you do is wrong.
Everything.
And they only know little pieces of it, so it's hard. But it's all at the end. It's all good. It's all good.
It will be, hopefully.
I see we have 201 viewers.
What?
202.
Yeah.
Viewers, that's excellent. Thank you, everybody.
I'm sure I'll get sued. Okay.
Thank you.
I just wanted to this
Yes.
morning I was like, damn it. I know.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.